Hello everybody, and welcome to my channel. In this video, you'll get everything you need to know about being Pharah to be the best possible Pharah that you can be. Welcome everyone, it's Caden here. I hope you are doing phenomenal, and I'm glad you can make it. It's time to put thinking caps on. Shout out my kindergarten teacher. That was probably her favorite thing to say. It's time to learn. Now, my goal is to make these videos not super long, but there's going to be a lot of information, a lot of examples, and I'm going to make it as effective as I can for all types of learners out there. I want you guys to understand whatever type of way you learn, I want to provide a way so you can understand. So these videos, they might tend to get a little longer because I'm trying to put everything I possibly can for these characters and for whatever the video is about. So just know that they're not long for no reason. They're long because they have so much information in them that you should watch and keep watching. And I just want to give you guys a little introduction on what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about staying alive as Pharah. We're going to be talking about switching off of Pharah. And we're going to be talking about doing damage and being effective as Pharah. Keep watching to figure out what's all in that. So, staying alive as Pharah. The first thing we want to do to help us stay alive as Pharah is cover. Use cover. This Overwatch 2, with one less tank, it emphasizes more on natural cover. In the old maps, there's more cover, throughout the routes or the map to help you, stay alive. So let's use cover as Pharah. When we're playing as Pharah, use cover. You can use cover with buildings, covers on the ground, cover with your Reinhardt's shield, anyone. You want to stay alive. Being on the ground, being up in the air, regardless, we're staying alive as Pharah. I'm going to show you a clip here on some shooting techniques to help you use cover while shooting. So we'll be right back.
Got one.
Now, that technique was very slowed down and basic and a great start. So I'm going to show you another clip with it being a little faster and a little more, skillful.
Splash. Double.
Now, once you get good enough, you can get to that speed. You can do that on probably anything in the game cover-wise. Buildings, you can do that. Shields, I mean, you can shoot through shields, but regardless, you can do that on anything. I'm going to show you one more clip here with me doing it in the air to show you just to open your minds to the way of Pharah.
Taking to the air. Swish.
Next up, what we're going to talk about staying alive as Pharah is kill your counters. You shouldn't be wanting to do anything else. You don't want to be flying out in the open. You don't want to be being risky or anything like that if your counters are still alive. So you want to take out counters. So characters like Soldier, Sojourn, Widow, the swords that can aim and shoot. Hanzo, kinda, not really. Hanzo's kind of hard to hit Pharah. But regardless, you want to take out your counters before you try to do anything else. Staying alive as Pharah is important, and this is a very important step. So I'm going to just play a clip here where I take out the counters, and then once you kill the counters, you can do anything you could ask for as Pharah. Taking out the healers, taking out the tank, counters first. Here's the clip.
Establishing aerial position. Enemy in my sight. You weren't watching the skies.
The next thing here for staying alive as Pharah, I don't know how to say her. Mercy. Have a mercy pocket. If You are allowed to, if the people want to play Mercy. You don't want to force people to play Mercy. You can still stay alive as Pharah if you don't have a Mercy. I've gotten pretty well at it. These tips will help you. But if you can have a Mercy, obviously a Mercy is going to help you be a little more riskier and stay alive a little more easier. The next part to the journey of becoming the best Pharah you can be in staying alive is your positioning. So positioning, by this I mean staying on the ground, being low, running with the team, waiting for a pick, wait until you kill another person and then you explode up and then you're taking the high positioning. But then you drop down on top of a building or something and you're taking some medium position. And then the next team fight, you start with the high position. What I'm trying to say is mix up where you're at. You don't always want to be just flying up in the air. You don't always just want to be staying on the ground. Pharah, it can stay on the ground. She is effective either way. Just constantly shoot your gun regardless of where your position is. So I'm going to get into that in a further part of this video. But just to put it out there, low, medium, high. There's certain heights of Pharah that you can play. And you need to mix up a low play style, a medium play style, and a high play style. If you're constantly just floating up in the air, they're probably going to catch up on that. Or, you're just not going to be that effective because being on the ground as Pharah is effective. Being medium, height, whatever, effective. Being high, effective. Them three together, baller. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put this whiteboard down. So positioning is huge. Play with the team. Sometimes go not play with the team. Sometimes go flank. The other times, hold the power position on a little building. It just the possibilities with Pharah and her positioning. She's super mobile. Take advantage of that. Be low and then go high. Be high and then go low. Medium to low. Low to medium. That being said, we're going to keep moving on this episode because I think we're kind of getting a little long here and I want to try not to be too long. So we're going on to the next thing about staying alive as Pharah. The last piece of advice I have for you in staying alive in Pharah is concussions. So she has an ability. It generates every 9 seconds, so it's relatively quick. It's a thing she shoots out and it explodes and it blasts anyone, launches them, launches yourself. Either way, you can use your concussion mine. I don't know if it's a mine or grenade or concussion. We're just going to call it a concussion. We can use our concussion to get us into safety or out of danger. So I'm going to show you a couple clips here that will help you, kind of digest that and translate that into your own Pharah gameplay.
Repositioning.
My ultimate is charging.
Rain from above.
Slip someone.
Back one.
Now.
Moving on, we are now on to the next point in being the best Pharah you can be, and that is switching off Pharah, and that's okay. And that's okay. Now, I am a Pharah main, and the one thing that I've learned is sometimes I'm not playing good. Sometimes the other team is doing phenomenal at taking care of me. So, once again, switching off Pharah, and that's okay. And that's a mindset you have to be in if you're going to be an effective Pharah. You don't want to be a Pharah that's out there not doing damage, that's not being effective. You want to switch off her. And I think that's one of the biggest things about being a respectable Pharah is knowing when to switch, knowing when you need to help your team more, or all sorts of things. So, once again, we're going to say this together, switching off Pharah, and that's okay. Now, after you switch off Pharah, you need to learn how to play a couple characters that you can master. I recommend like a soldier, play the counter of Pharah. So, I think that's a general good rule of thumb. You don't want to play like kind of a same character as Pharah, like a Junkrat. Junkrat's just a Pharah on the ground, basically. So you want to just have a couple different kind of DPS in your arsenal, so when you do switch off Pharah, you can still be an effective teammate. Now let's take a break from this tutorial and everything, and I just want to say thank you for all the support. Been getting some recent support from some people, and I really appreciate you guys. If you definitely took anything from this video, which I hope you did, I'm trying my best here in this video, you should smash the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, which I'm going to be doing every other week, on Wednesday I will be releasing these, so if you want to keep tabs on that, and if you don't want to miss out, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys around. I just want to say thank you very much, and I understand this video is getting a little long here, and I know you guys just want to get to the gaming aspect and go game yourself or go to work or anything because you guys are busy. So just thank you very much for the time you've been giving me. So back to the video. All right, we are now on to the third and last bullet tab point of this video. And this is going to be the fun stuff. Doing damage and being effective. That is what we're going to be talking about now, and I'm sure this is what you guys have been waiting for. How to get those games where you're just destroying everyone, doing those huge team kills with your alt. Well, this is how we're going to be able to do it if you keep watching. So the first thing we're going to be talking about, always shoot, constantly shoot, pre-shoot, anticipate when they're coming out. I'm going to be showing clips here in a second because you do this, that equals damage, and that equals alt charge. There's times where I'll start off the game and I'll just simply pre-shoot and the whole team runs into it. I'm starting the game off with 50% alt charge, and that's just an advantage. You really want to kind of farm your alt as Pharah because her alt guaranteed couple kills. If you playing it right, guaranteed healer dead. You know, you don't really always have to go for the big team kills as Pharah with your barrage. I like to try to play a little more passively because in my rank, you know, people are a little more aware. So getting those big team kills is tough, but getting a couple healers, doable. And you can do that constantly throughout the game. If you constantly shoot and if you constantly do damage, you will constantly have your alt. So I'm going to show these clips here to cement it in your head.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Oh, Ryan.
Stop the payload.
Commence combat operations. Up and away. Blown away. En route.
Good heals, everyone.
I will not waste this opportunity.
Fuck, it's trying to find some.
Alright, I'm at 40 here. I might get... Oh, okay, he's not gonna hook me. Alright, I have another bubble. Good pick.
The next piece of advice I have for doing damage and being effective is when you barrage carefully, barrage fast, barrage unexpectedly. There's a lot of times when I play like against another Pharah, I see them just floating up in the sky, just like slowly coming in, and then shit you not, here they come, barrage, and then it's just like, don't do that. Try not to do that. And like come from the back. Use your concussion mine to launch yourself and then do it. There's a bunch of different ways you can barrage, and I'm going to, especially if you're going to barrage, you stay still, right? So if you could use a Zarya bubble, important. If you could use natural cover, we talked about this, huge. And I'm going to show you a few clips here that demonstrate some few ways you can barrage unexpectedly, carefully, and fast. So be right back.
Going right side here. Let's go!
Multiple hits confirmed.
fucking way.
Triple kill.
Multiple
Nice.
targets
Oh,
eliminated.
Pharah.
Thank you, sir.
On the move. Justice reigns from above.
Bye-bye.
Please don't give these suits. Justice reigns from above. I'm on top of the world. Heroes never die. What direction were you aiming? Justice reigns from
All right, moving on to the next thing in Pharah and doing damage and being effective is flanks and picks. And by flanks, I mean going around the enemy team, taking a different route a couple times. You know, when we talked about positioning, switching up low, switching up high, switching up, you know that. Same with flanking. Switch up that you're behind them. But next time they come, be on the other side. Or next fight, don't be behind them. Don't flank. So, my cat just sneezed. But anyways, flanks. Go behind them, play for flanks, play for picks. You want to do, it's a number game. You know, you take one player out, it's a 4v5 now. You take two people out, it's a 3v5. That is very winnable. And that's what you do with picks. And that's what you can do by flanking. Now, there's this one hierarchy I kind of play with and who I target first. So, usually it's healers, DPS, tanks. So you take out healers so that the DPS can't get healed. You take out the DPS so the DPS can't like aim at you and take you out. And then you clean up the tank. If you have a counter, a hard counter in the game, you target them first and then the healers and then clean up crew. So that's just kind of a good rule of thumb to do. I'm going to show you some clips here that demonstrate some flanks and some clips here that demonstrate me going after the healers before everyone else. The hierarchy is very important. Healers first, everyone else second. So, we'll be right back.
health restored.
Are you fucking kidding me?
One shot on top.
Go on your run.
Well deserved.
Got her before the res, dude.
That's not bonus.
GG.
We're on Ryan. This is perfect.
No, they're burning.
Messy, but we got it.
That's one.
Ryan in the little room.
The absolute last thing for this video has been a long time, but here we are. Concussions. For damage, doing damage, being effective, you want to be able to use your concussions for many reasons. Your movement to be aggressive, staying alive as Pharah, movement to stay alive, but we are doing the damage aspect, being effective aspect. So you can use your concussion to blast you forward and be aggressive. You can use your concussion mine to blast people off the edges, off the map, for environmental kills, so forth. So it's very self-explanatory. I'm going to just show you a few clips here of me using the concussion mine to take a better positioning or get into the battle faster, more effective. And then I'm going to show you a few clips where I boop people off the map. So here's some more clips for you guys. Hopefully it's really helping you cement in your head. And we'll be back with concluding thoughts.
Bye-bye.
Repositioning. Let's take him to the wasteland. Well deserved.
You can't counter me. Try to get on.
Dispersing.
Almost like they're faster.
Concussive out.
Got bashing off the map.
Repositioning. Aerial positioning underway.
Thank you all for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you took something away. I hope you learned something, and I hope you will catch some dubs. I don't hope. I know you guys will catch some dubs by playing Pharah. You'll do more kills. You'll do better. You'll be a better Pharah. You'll be the best possible Pharah you can be. So, that being said, go play some games.